Hey everybody, this is Suzanne Gunderson from Screenwritehow, and I help screenwriters and industry creatives to be able to naturally relieve tension, stress, and become more authentic, embodied in their work and writing. So today I'm joined with Jane Hopkins, and she is a very willing, awesome participant to help us experience together something that I call Neuro-Energy Tapping, which is a self-use acupressure technique that helps us to be able to shift our experience of stress in the body, in our emotions, our thinking. Really helps open up the creativity for our bodies to feel more safe, our emotions to feel more confident, and our mind to be able to be more imaginative. So thanks, Jane, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So what we're going to do today as a topic is something that we call blank page syndrome. So a lot of the creatives that we have that are watching this video, they might be struggling with, where do I start? What's next? I have all this possibility, but that's so much. Where do I do? How do I funnel that into what's going on? So could you share with me a little bit about what that looks like to you, what it sounds like, what it feels like when you think about, oh, blank page syndrome, what do I do?
Yeah, so I think what's exciting about when you're starting a new project is the idea of potential, because you can't help but imagine like, oh, and this gets picked up right away, and studios are there fighting for the rights to it, and you think this could be the start of something incredible, and then you get final draft, or if you're like me and you write it in a notebook first, you get to that fresh page, and then suddenly it just completely dries up, or you start overthinking, well, what is something that people want to see instead of what's something I want to write, and then you get tangled up in that, and at the end of it, you're still looking at a blank page.
Love it. Awesome. Well, just however you just described all of that, focus on the worst part of it, whatever it might be for you, what it looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like, how you know what blank page means to you. And just put all your awareness on that. And on a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 meaning it doesn't bother you, 10 meaning it bothers you, what number would you give this experience?
Probably a 7.
Okay. Well, we definitely want to find something that's higher than a 6, because the higher the number, the closer to the root that's holding this thing together, and we'll be able to actually weed it out. So great. So that's step number 2, is to identify an intensity number. Step number 3 is always to go to the worst part of it. What's the worst part about having an empty page? The worst part. And just go to there. What would be the worst part for you?
The worst part would be the thought that, oh, this is another unfinished project, something that I've really built up in my mind, but it's like, oh, this is another idea that's not going to see the light of day, and you're going to run out of steam on it. So you just got this graveyard of scripts that have never been written, and you're just adding to the pile.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay, great. Perfect. Put all your awareness on that. Maybe that makes that 7 just a little bit stronger, and just notice how you know. And then take your 2 fingers, either hand doesn't matter, and you're going to start tapping between your eyebrows. Lift your chin up just a little bit and say, I release and let go.
I release and let it go.
All the overwhelming feelings.
All the overwhelming feelings.
All the overthinking.
All the overthinking.
How this tangles me up.
How this tangles me up.
And then tap on the side of the eye. I release and let go.
I release and let it go.
My need to fit what they want.
My need to fit what they want.
And then tap under the eye. I release and let go.
I release and let it go.
All those unfinished projects that have piled up before me.
All those unfinished projects that have piled up before me.
And tap on your collarbone. I just let them all go.
I just let them all go.
So I can focus on the one that's right here.
So I can focus on the one that's right here.
With all the ideas I have for the one that's right here.
all the ideas that I have for the one that's right here.
So I can get to the end of the one that's right here.
So I can get to the end of the one that's right here.
And then tap between your eyes again, releasing any remaining overwhelming feelings.
Releasing any remaining overwhelming feelings.
And tap on the side of the eye, allowing myself to fill up all the creative ideas.
Allowing myself to fill up all the creative ideas.
Let them flood to me easily.
Let them flood to me easily.
Funnel through my fingers easily.
Funnel through my fingers easily.
Writing that script effortlessly.
Writing that script effortlessly.
Tap under the eye, just how I want it.
Just how I want it.
Perfectly simple.
Perfectly simple.
Easy to do.
Easy to do.
Matches all the potential I can imagine.
Matches all the potential I can imagine.
And tap on your collarbones, clearing anything in the way of doing this.
Clearing anything in the way of doing this.
I start right here.
I start right here.
And then take your hand and squeeze the opposite wrist. Take a nice breath, blow it out, say the word clear.
Clear.
Now I want you to imagine going to a faucet and turning the faucet on. And when you first turn it on, it like really bursts open. And then you've got to kind of adjust it to the water pace that works for you. Could you do that in your mind for me? So you turn on that faucet, it's just bursting, but then you just put it right at the right pace, right? And then just watch that nice pace flow of that water flowing, just easy. Then I want you to imagine an empty pool, empty, there's no water in it. And now in the next 3 seconds, it's going to be full, easily full. Great. Now I want you to go back to the thing that you said, where do I start? I've got a blank page in front of me. And tell me what's happening in your mind.
I'm just starting without any idea or any concern for what the end product's going to be. Just the start out, and if it's, I mean, no one ever submits the first draft. So.
Excellent. I love it. I love that wisdom. That's brilliant. So that's exactly what you want to remember when you're starting writing, that no one reads the first draft, you know, but you have to just start letting the words start to flow. So do you have any resistance at all to writing those first few sentences, getting it started at all? Is there any resistance there? Before it was a 7.
That's gone down quite far to about a 2, really. It's just the reminder that
all right, just start tapping right now. Just start tapping right now. I remember that time it was all dried up.
I remember the time it was all dried up.
It felt so empty.
It felt so empty.
But I'm letting that go now.
But I'm letting that go now.
And then tap on the side of that time that I was overthinking about it.
That time that I was overthinking about it.
Tangled up about it.
Tangled up about it.
Overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
I just let it go.
I just let it go.
And then tap under the eye. This will be a project that I can finish.
This will be a project that I can finish.
Because first drafts are just first drafts.
Because first drafts are just first drafts.
I give myself permission to get to the end.
I give myself permission to get to the end.
And then tap on your collarbone, clearing anything in the way of doing that.
Clearing anything in the way of doing that.
Just getting to the end.
Just getting to the end.
And then grab your wrist and squeeze it. Take a nice breath, blow it out, say the word peace.
Peace.
Nice. So can you go back to that page and see yourself writing?
Yep. Imagining an interior in such and such a place.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Awesome. Excellent. Well, do you have any questions, or is there any resistance, anything else that's lingering about this that we haven't talked about that you still need to work on to make sure that we can get you writing and get to the end?
No, not for this particular subject. So it's that one.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being our awesome example today for everybody. And hopefully, if you've been watching you tapping along and as whatever it is that you might be going through in your blank page syndrome, and where do you start, make sure to insert your own specific words, because Jane was kind enough to share with us today exactly how she does it. Doesn't mean that's how you do it. So how you do it and the specifics of how you describe it and the meaning that you've given your own blank page syndrome, insert that detail along when you're tapping. That'll start to loosen the grip that you have on it, be able to move that through your body and be able to get you to that wisdom that Jane was able to share with us, or maybe something different, which was, it's just a first draft, and give yourself permission to get to the end. So thanks everybody for watching and listening today, and we will see you on the next video. Bye.